Hello, Cancer. How are you guys, family? It's been a while, but I hope you're all doing well and in great spirits, great moods. Thank you so much for tuning in, for being here, for showing your love and support. Okay, I appreciate you tuning into the channel. If I resonate with you, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, Cancer. If nothing else, just leave me a comment and let me know how this reading resonates with you. Share your thoughts, things like that, okay? Also, to those of you who are returning, I appreciate your continued love and support as well. But y'all already know the vibes, okay? Switch the roles if you need to. Assign your where you see fit. Don't force anything to fit your experience, your timeline, or your gender, Cancer, okay? All is fluid in tarot. All is fluid in tarot. And it doesn't matter if you are a man, and we all have to balance both energy dynamics to thrive here on this plane. Okay, so let's get into this message and see what spirit needs you to know for your highest good. I'm only going to channel and speak to your higher self, and you should only listen and digest this energy from that aspect as well, Cancer. This is going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So if this doesn't resonate, check the other readings on my channel for your moon, your north node, your rising. Even check the houses where those placements are, or just watch all of them to get the bigger picture of your situation or your experience. Okay, so let's see, Spirit. What does Cancer need to know for his or her highest good? What does Cancer need to know for his or her highest good? Messages for Cancer, Spirit, Sun, Rising, and Venus. What does Cancer need to know? Okay, so we have the Four Wands. Something could be going on with your living arrangements, your home environment. There could be a union here. You could be healing and having a reunion with somebody, or wanting to, or vice versa. There's somebody here who wants to heal a connection and have a reunion. The Four Wands is Aries Venus. This could talk about travel, okay? You could be celebrating a parent's birthday, a sibling's birthday. You could be making plans to travel. This could be a vacation also. You could be graduating from a karmic cycle, or this could be like a new contract. Or you and a person could be spiritually uniting. But the Four Wands talks about anything that brings structure, order, discipline, and not discipline, balance, harmony into your life. For some of you, there could be somebody who's thinking about marrying you, or vice versa. Okay, there could be something going on with your family. And if so, with this Hermit here, you could be trying to protect yourself from this family. But let's see, what else? Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, it's like you're breaking free of something. And the Four Wands, okay, this could be you, like, yeah, I'm getting something about the past. Okay, something like your Akashic records, or a past life, like past life karmic debt that you're clearing, something breaking off of your bloodline or your lineage, right? Because the Four Wands could be that. Your maternal lineage, heritage, either one. So the Ace of Swords, this is clarity, this is epiphany. This could be somebody who's experiencing like a third eye awakening, right? You could be getting lots of downloads. You know, okay, I'm seeing here somebody's ancestors trying to communicate with them. It's like they're guiding you towards some breakthrough. For some of you, you could be cutting yourself free from a family dynamic. Yeah, look, we have the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Chariot. So, okay, I'm getting somebody here could be a generational curse breaker with the Queen of Wands, a trailblazer. This could even be somebody who is, they like have a high calling over their life. Somebody that's getting ready to walk in their divine blueprint. Because the Chariot, this is your energy, right? But it talks about operating from the spirit of wisdom, right? And the solar plexus is your ruling chakra, right? And it talks about your ancestral wisdom, your identity, right? Wow. Okay, I'm getting a really powerful breakthrough. Somebody is breaking through some sort of generational paradigm or belief system that could have been oppressive with this Queen of Wands, or something that was, like I said, on your bloodline that was either hindering like the financial wealth or stability of your family. Okay, I'm getting like some of you could be like the first millionaire in your family. Levi, did I pronounce that right? Hey, Levi. This angle that I have the camera at makes it hard to see, but welcome. Hello, thank you for joining. Yeah, I'm getting so like somebody here, you could end up being like the first millionaire in your family. This is like somebody clearing generational karma that was based around like poverty. Look at all these major arcana, you guys. Like, what the hell? Yeah, the Magician, the Fool, the Hierophant, like it just keeps going. So yeah, you're like freeing your bloodline, your lineage of something here. So let's see, what's this Ace of Swords? And it feels like this Four of Wands, you could be getting celebrated by your ancestry, your ancestors, or this could be them like really stepping behind you, protecting you, guiding you, sending you lots of epiphanies and downloads. Even this talks about the third eye, and the Six of Cups talks about the past. Okay, so let's see, what else? I love to see stuff like this. So we have the King of Cups. It says Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I don't know. Should I keep this card, Spirit? Okay, no, because it was sticking out, but I'm like, I might as well take it if it's out there, but no, my pendulum says no. Okay, so let's see. I mean, that is your energy, but what else? Okay, we have the King of Wands. Somebody could be a Cancer, Leo, Cusper. Okay, this King of Wands gives me like an incubus energy if you're a woman, or a succubus if you're a man. The King of Wands is too controlling. He could be the player warrior archetype. This could be somebody who abused their power and authority, or maybe there was something going on with the masculine men that the women in your family were choosing. That's like the best way I can describe it. But it more so would have been an entity that would have wanted to attach to all of your partners, right? And it would jump from person to person. It's sometimes, because the way I'm seeing this with the Ace of Swords, sometimes these entities can hop from person to person through the theta brainwaves. So let's see, let's get another card. And I break down this energy, because four is really just one, right? If you think about it, 4 quarters equal $1, but this gives me, like, I can just pull one card, right? But this gives me like the full picture. So yeah, look, we have a King of Pentacles. These two energies are like night and day. I mean, they don't necessarily have to be, right? Every suitor has their evolved and unevolved qualities and characteristics. But the way I'm seeing this King of Wands, this gives me somebody that's unevolved. Like the way I'm seeing this energy put, the King of Wands is the warrior archetype. The King of Pentacles is more of the kingdom spouse, somebody who's dependable, reliable, financially stable, grounded, right? Wow, somebody could be creating a family, or you're about to, or you can finally have your passionate I'm getting like love and romance, if you know what I mean. Like you're gonna probably have both in the same person. Or you could be starting a family, creating a family. Wow. I like this. The King of Pentacles is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be dating one. Okay, or you're masculine or you're feminine. Switch the roles if you need to. Could have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn prominently somewhere in their chart. So let's break this down. What's this Four of Wands? This is Aries Venus, by the way. The Nine of Swords. So if this is an entity, there is somebody that's so stressed out. Look, because you're overcoming challenges, obstacles, adversity, finding your strength, your courage, your power. Some of you guys have like this quiet, humble type of strength. You don't got to talk too much. You don't got to say too much. Your energy, your knowledge, wisdom speaks for itself. That's the Ace of Swords, right? Your crown is your intellect, your intuition, and your imagination. So this Nine of Swords is Gemini Mars. There could be a Gemini here who's stressing over the fact that you're leaving them behind in a karmic cycle. Or you're graduating from a karmic cycle with a Gemini, maybe. What's this Nine of Swords? Yeah, look, the Death card. Oh my gosh, this talks about the past, a huge change, transformation. Some of you guys could be going through a rebirth. Something could be changing about, okay, so the Four of Wands, it can be work. Like this could be like a government or an official building, like a courthouse. So maybe you guys can have a government job, or, you know, you can work in like, I don't know, a corporate type of building. Or this could be something about your living arrangements changing. Okay, you can find yourself like visiting different places. Maybe if you're used to going out to eat at this one spot, you could be changing that. Maybe if you're used to like traveling to this one place, you could be changing that. I'm getting this Death card gives me somebody here is getting ready to go through a major rebirth, a big change, a big transformation. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. What's this Death card? Yeah, look, the Tower. Oh, wow. This is divine intervention. Somebody's ancestors are really stepping behind them. And there's some people here getting left out in the cold. Or there are people here who are feeling your absence. They could feel homeless without your energy, right? Because Cancer is the mother energy, right? Whether or not you are a man or a woman, it's a nurturing, caring, old soul type of energy. So you guys can make people feel at home, make them feel comfortable. You invite them to explore their, you know, emotional depths or their feelings. So yeah, whoever this is, they're feeling it. They're feeling your absence. You could be going no contact with people, or you could just be letting go of a lot that no longer is serving you. Or maybe you were carrying a lot of people's baggage or debt, right? And you could be releasing it, because the Tower with the Death card, this is going to be like sudden abrupt changes. It's almost like you could just wake up one day and realize like you're standing in the middle of everything that you've been wanting to, you know, manifest, or anything that you've been wanting, desiring, right? Because the Four of Wands is still Venus. My phone just went off, so that's confirmation. So yeah, the Tower is an energetic upgrade in your frequency. Once you release the things that are no longer serving you, you feel lighter, you feel free, you feel new again. And it is divine intervention. Somebody's ancestors, boy, like they are not playing around. They are not playing around. And the Tower is also a change in your your rhythm, your frequency. Yeah, this is an upgrade. But for somebody, it started with the crown, right? Because things start on the spiritual plane and then they manifest into the physical. The shift happens mentally first before you can see it physically. What's the Tower? And whoever this Nine of Swords is, there is somebody who is so stressed out behind this. They are like, okay, so we have the Queen of Cups with the Seven of Cups. So this could be your energy, right? Maybe you could have Scorpio in your chart because the Seven of Cups is all Scorpio Venus, or you could be connecting with one. But okay, so either somebody you love and connecting with, either one, right? Because this relationship could be romantic or platonic. This person here could be helping you to awaken, shatter some sort of illusions about the past with the Death card. The Seven of Cups is illusions, delusions, dreamy fantasy type of thing. Yeah, Two of Wands, Four of Swords. This is like healing and restoration. The Four of Swords, the healing of somebody's nervous system. What's the Seven of Cups? The Eight of Cups. We go from the 7 to the 8. And then we have the Judgment, the Devil, the Ten of Swords, and the Sun. There is a hex, a curse that was on your lineage that you are breaking free from. This is freedom, liberation, healing, growth and expansion. It's also happiness. With the Judgment here, this could be your spirit could be developing more of a connection with source. The Sun is source energy, power. The Eight of Cups is like outgrowing your comfort zone, seeing through some sort of an illusion. This is Pisces, Saturn. What's this Queen of Cups? Or this could just be you healing. Yeah, look, Ten of Swords. Gemini energy. You know, there could have been a Gemini you were dealing with that, I don't know if they tried to curse or hex you, or you leaving them behind is liberating you, breaking off some sort of curse or hex. Because then we have the Hermit, spiritual enlightenment, introspection. What's this Ten of Swords? You know, it's like whoever this is, because I got two cards of Gemini. Or this could be somebody who you had a contract with, but it's ending, because Gemini also rules contracts. It's like this Queen of Cups could be you finding yourself, coming back into union with yourself, your soul, finding your happiness, your self-love again. Yeah, look, the Knight of Wands. What's the Ten of Swords with the Knight of Wands? Because the Knight of Wands, they can be impulsive. They can be real shifty. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, what's the Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles? The World. Page of Swords, King of Swords. Yeah, whoever this is, they're watching you. They're watching you. And it's almost like this person could be shape-shifting to try to stay in your energy. Because the Knight of Pentacles and Knight of Wands are two separate energies. The Knight of Wands is more so the one that's stable. They're impulsive. They're unreliable. They're in and out, hot and cold. Then the Knight of Pentacles is more of a courtship card. If this is dating, right? They're the ones that are hardworking. They're consistent, reliable, right? They're going to follow through on what they start, and they're going to keep their promises. Now, it's a slower moving energy, right? But they're diligent. They're efficient. What's this World? So yeah, you're closing out a cycle with whoever this is. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles is self-mastery. It's a Virgo energy. It's hard work, effort, commitment. You have the Queen of Swords, the Two of Cups. We have the Ten of Wands, the Magician, the Page of Cups. What is this? So, okay, there is somebody here. There could have been an abrupt ending, right? And closing out a cycle. But it kind of feels like somebody here, either they feel betrayed or they're just like talking a bunch of crap about you. What's this Eight of Pentacles? Somebody here could have betrayed you, but their energy feels real shifty. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. 8 to the 10. So this is progression, hard work. The Fool is a new beginning. A new journey, starting over. Okay, so this feels like you have mastered, because the world is learning a lesson. It's completion of a karmic cycle. Well, not necessarily a karmic cycle, but a cycle period. And then we have this Eight of Pentacles, which talks about self-mastery. It can be moving with intention, being intentional about where you distribute your money, time, and energy. Yeah, so it's like you're done with this energy of somebody who, they could have been very verbally abusive. With this Ten of Swords, Knight of Wands, they could have, this could be an energy of somebody who attacked you with your words, right? They could have been operating out of their shadow. It feels like it could be wrath to where like they don't know what to say out of their mouth. This could be like low blows. Somebody who was confrontational. What's this Knight of Pentacles? So it's kind of like you could be switching out that energy. Yeah, look, the Hierophant. You could be switching out that energy for somebody who's more reliable, dependable. Somebody who's hardworking. Somebody who actually wants to court you, right? Because the Ten of Pentacles could be a life partner. It's a prosperous, abundant union, teamwork, hard work. Yeah, so it feels like you could be in this Knight of Wands energy behind, right? And you are working and building either yourself up, because the Hierophant can be your higher self. Somebody also could be working on their paradigms and belief systems. Yeah, in the world here. What's this Hierophant? The Ace of Pentacles. This is a new contract. Yes, this is a new contract. So somebody here, they're closing out a karmic cycle with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, right? It doesn't have to be, but I really feel like this is somebody who would like really cut you and tear down with their words. They didn't know what to say out of their mouth. They were probably always nagging, didn't know how to be kind, right? I'm really getting like a nasty energy. And then this, like, they go back and forth. 1 minute they're confronting you, attacking you with their words, and the next minute they're like, oh, can we just sweep this behind us, and, you know, trying to brush it under the rug, wanting to change or acknowledge their ways. Something about this person giving me like they lacked self-awareness, and they were just like unpredictable. They would lash out and talk a lot of crap. So the Hierophant is a new contract, especially with the Ace of Pentacles. But whatever this is, there's abundance with the Ace of Pentacles. And it feels like you've done a lot of hard work on yourself to be able to obtain this abundance. The Ten of Pentacles, this feels like somebody who's to come into their spiritual inheritance. And I can say that because the higher, it could be God. It can be somebody's higher self. Yeah, there's a big opportunity here, or you're getting ready to come into some money, some form of abundance. And we can't forget here with the Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, this is a lot of hard work and effort that's being done behind the scenes, right? So it could be a thing where maybe you've been putting in a lot of work, right? And you haven't been seeing any results because there was some karmic debt that you had to clear, right? A part of you that you had to come back into union with before you could receive this. And right, that's the difference between people who only get their body, their flesh in this lifetime, and people who are able to access their spiritual inheritance are two completely different human experiences, right? Because how can I describe it? If you're unhealed, you're really unconscious, and not that people mean to be, but you could be out here walking around in karmic energy, doing to people, and that's why it's important to heal, because your body is controlled by your subconscious, if that makes sense. So with more power and resources comes more responsibility, but you have to be able to show spirit, show God that you can, one, maintain the blessings that they give you, and you can use them in a way that's going to give back more so to God, right? Because God's gift to us are our natural talents and ability. Our gift back to God is what we choose to do with them, right? And you know, like money, they say it's the root of all evil, but it's really the tool for people to manifest their frequency in real time. That's why it's important to pay attention to the things that people surround themselves with, the environment that they create for themselves. So I don't know who this is. What's this Nine of Swords? Let me see, because somebody here who's stressed out over this cycle closing. It's almost like they can smell you healing. Yeah, look, the Ace of Wands. This is a passionate new beginning. Somebody be sexually frustrated without you. This Nine of Wands also gives me somebody who's angry and upset that you're closing out a cycle and moving on. It's like they don't want you to go. They still want to have access to your energy, your spiritual wealth. Yeah, look, Two of Swords, the Four of Pentacles. This is somebody literally trying to control you, hold on to you, block your destiny, block your path. Two of Pentacles, they could have even tried to swap destinies with you. That's what it's giving. This person is mad that they can't swap destinies with you. They can't control your destiny, rather. Somebody here is high ranking in the spirit realm. With the Hierophant here, whether or not you are a man or a woman, you could be somebody who's a natural born leader. You have a very strong mind. But you're definitely coming into union with your higher self. And whatever this form of abundance or whatever this contract is, it's ordained. It's meant to be in your life. Signed, sealed, delivered by Source itself. Whatever you believe in or subscribe to. So yeah, this is like you overcoming some sort of an illusion. So it could have been a counterfeit. How can I describe it? Like a counterfeit lover, somebody who was meant to be in your life to teach you a lesson that you needed for, you know, your soul's evolution, but they're not meant to be a part of your destiny, your spiritual inheritance. It's more so given like they were preparing you for it. So what's this Eight of Cups? And the illusion could be around your soul, your identity, who you truly are. Because the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, that's typically the soul. What's this Eight of Cups? This is Pisces, Saturn. Yeah, look, the Six of Wands. Fulfilling of a prophecy, somebody's destined path. The destiny. You know, it's kind of like somebody here tried to take on your energy. I'm really getting destiny swapping. Yeah, look the Devil. Well, I'm not supposed to show that in these readings, but they tried to block yours and take it for their own. And it feels like this Eight of Pentacles, the world, you learned a lesson about who you should be giving your time, your energy to. What's the Six of Wands? It's almost like somebody wanted to confuse you about who you really were. And this is kind of like somebody seeing your light, your power before you do. That's a very vulnerable place to be in. What's the Six of Wands? Yes, Ace of Cups. Talks about the past, nostalgia, familiarity. Yeah, look, the Hermit too. So you could be a healer, a seer, an oracle with the Hermit here I'm getting. This is you reuniting with, because Ace of Cups is reunion with self, with your destiny. Because somebody here tried to curse it with this Ten of Swords. And you know, it doesn't have to be literal black magic. Words are spells. You know what I mean? That's why it's really important to know how you use it. What's this? This could even be you having a reunion with a past life soulmate that is up in your spiritual inheritance. Look, the Sun. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The Sun is happiness, joy, freedom, source energy, but it's also honoring the contract that you made with your soul. And look, the Star. This is solar plexus energy. Somebody is getting activated. Somebody's solar plexus is activated. This is why, okay, you whatever you're doing, you done awaken your ancestors, your real power. You done activated them, and they walking behind you. You could come from a line of very powerful women, and they getting ready to orchestrate some changes here, starting with whoever this person is. They finna be, I'm not gonna say taken out first, but they're about to be blockers. Somebody here is angry, anxious. They feel restless, nervous, paranoid. What's this Nine of Swords, Ace of Wands? Yeah, look, a High Priestess. The Hermit, the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Wands. Fives are number of change, and the Wheel of Fortune. Good gracious. So somebody here, they trying to run, they trying to hide. It feels like this Five of Wands, this is them still trying to compete and sabotage with you. It's like they're holding on to your destiny for dear life. Because once this goes back, and that's one thing about karma, you get to control how it comes back to you. You think you're doing something minor to somebody, and it'll hit you 10 times worse than what you're doing. But, you know, also it's important to remember that karma is not the ego death sentence or the punishment that people like to look at it as. I guess its perception is everything, but it's really for balance, for healing, right? To bring about change. I don't even know what card that was that fell. Oh, it was the High Priestess. Let me leave that there. So there was a High Priestess here. It feels like, let me see, who's this High Priestess? Oh my gosh, Five of Swords. This is jealousy, envy, somebody trying to win at all costs. This person could have been trying to block your gifts, your spiritual abilities and talents. Because the Nine of Pentacles is self-actualization. Once you come back into union with yourself and you heal and you start to ground yourself in your own identity, this is when you start to see your niche, what you're good at, your talents, your skills, right? And they're meant to be used, right? That's a part of the spiritual inheritance, right? They're meant to be used to bring about financial freedom, stability, wealth, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I guess everybody is not How can I describe it? Long story short, everybody is not meant to work a 9 to 5. If you ask me, I feel like not at all, but you know, everybody has their own path here. And somebody is trying to take yours. Somebody was trying to take yours. So now, whatever this, what's behind here? Because I just keep digging and digging this energy. Yeah, the Wands. This was a big risk that somebody took with the Ten of Swords behind that. Okay, so then the Knight of Pentacles talks about, yeah, it just feels like you didn't give up. You could have been through a lot, honey. Like, you could have ran into, I'm getting, it could have been more than one person, right? The Ten of Swords, it's like, it's the Ten of Swords. It's these swords coming from everywhere. Like, I'm getting somebody who's a divine being, somebody who's a chosen, and anybody who you ran into that recognized your light, your power, your connection to God or source, did this. It could have even been your family too. What's this Ace of Swords? Yeah, the Three of Cups, celebrations, enjoying the fruits of your labor. It's harvest season. Some of you could be the truth about your friends or the people that you socialize with, or you could be cutting some of them off. Okay, I just heard skip the small talk. Like, yeah, because that small talk is a very low vibration. Like, what are we really talking about people for? I've personally never been like that. Like, if you're going to talk about somebody, go help them or go tell them what you're telling me. I've never really been the type to indulge in gossip. I don't like nothing about it. So what's this Three of Cups? Okay, a Queen of Swords. So I'm getting two different energies from this Queen of Swords. Actually, this Queen of Swords could be you using your discernment, your experience, your wisdom, and knowing who to share your energy with. Also, if you're creating something here with this Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, this could be you. Just make sure you're careful about who you share your intellectual ideas and property with. Because I'm getting like you could be one that is targeted like in every environment that you go into. Yeah, look, the Magician and the Fool. You could be somebody who has very original ideas. You could be a writer. Okay, with this Page of Cups, it could be poetry. Maybe like an author. You know, I'm getting here, somebody is like a natural born truth teller. Like, I don't know if your truth kind of like shatters people's illusions. Cancers are like that, very blunt communicators. But with the Hierophant, it would be you meant to uplift, inspire, and really like reshape people's paradigms and belief systems. Because a lot of people just be walking illusions. They really do. There's not too many people who are comfortable with operating as their true and authentic self. What's this Queen of Swords? Yeah, so your line of work could be in communications. What's this Queen of Swords? Okay, so the King of Cups. And you know, I'm getting this thing where, because, right, all of humanity starts out as feminine, right? But in order for a feminine to evolve into her masculine energy would be for her to gain wisdom. This is why they didn't want women to go to school and learn how to read and write and things like that, because it would help you stand in your power. Cliche, but knowledge is power. So this could be somebody who's healed their masculine energy, right? Or have a perfect balance. Or what's this Queen of Swords? King of Cups. Let me see. This could also be somebody more discerning of their lovers, the people who they, you know, choose to share their life with. Yeah, look, the Temperance and the Eight of Swords, huh? Let me see something. Then we have the star at the bottom. Is this Queen of Swords Cancer's energy? Yeah, see? This is definitely you. Okay, so yeah, it feels like you're setting boundaries with a lot of people. You could be speaking your truth to a lot of people, cutting ties, right? You could be operating from more of your logic and discernment when it comes to, with this Three of Cups, who you share your energy with, especially your ideas or maybe just your energy, period. So the King of Cups, Eight of Swords, and the Temperance. The Temperance is, it's like protecting your peace, it's self-management. It's also Sagittarius energy, which is all about growth and expansion, right? Exerting your force, your Karma Sutra, like giving that back to the universe. But okay, so there could be a masculine here that maybe had tried to bind your energy to theirs. This could have been somebody that you dated that maybe tried to trap you or keep you stuck, right? Because this Temperance, this is like alchemizing energy. And if you can't alchemize energy, you can't evolve. Give me more King of Cups. This is weird for a man to do this. Yeah, Ten of Wands. This talks about being burdened, overwhelmed. It's Sagittarius Saturn. Somebody about to get some karma. Y'all know what Saturn is. Somebody could have Sagittarius in their chart somewhere. What's the King of Cups, Ten of Wands? It's like somebody tried to give you their karmic debt and take your divine path. Yeah, look, the Two of Wands. Aries, Mars. Planning for the future. Making plans to travel. Somebody here could be like either spiritually or physically out of your energy. What's the Two of Wands? With the Ten of Wands. Yeah, the Two of Cups and the Three of Swords. The Star and the Fool. You could be seeing 222. Yeah, the Two of Cups, this gives me like somebody coming into union with themselves. Let me see, what's this Eight of Swords? And that's your card too. This Two of Cups is Cancer Venus. Venus is your desires, your passions, right? Your beauty. We have the Eight of Wands, Sagittarius, Mercury, Six of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Devil, Knight of Swords, Five of Wands, Magician, of the Three of Wands too, and the Magician. So yeah, this feels like you're setting yourself free. Look, I couldn't even get it out. Somebody dreading that. You setting yourself free. This is something gaining momentum, or something that you're doing is getting ready to take off, right? Because these two cards came out together. The Eight of Swords with the Temperance. Even the Eight of Swords talks about a shift in perception. Gemini, Jupiter. Okay, I'm kind of getting this into where you and a person could have like had this agreement to like be together forever type of thing. Right, but it was under the pretense that they would be to use and swap your energy. And this Eight of Swords gives me like this person wanted to bind you, you know, and Cancer is a cardinal sign, right? But this gives me like this energy wanted to bind themselves to your path, to because this is like somebody that's ambitious, somebody that's hardworking. Yeah, Three of Swords. Somebody's learning a painful lesson. So it feels like you're getting your soul back. And 2 of Wands here, you could be planning for your future. You could be planning to move. Or you're moving, like literally away from somebody. And this 2 of Cups gives me you coming back into union for yourself. And somebody here is learning a hard lesson. Or this could be you healing. You could be healing from a heartbreak, getting your heart broken, or just getting betrayed. What's this 3 of Swords? This is Libra, Saturn. Yeah, the moon. The Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Cups, the 10 of Cups. Talks about being whole and complete within oneself. So somebody, it's like they had you under this illusion of you being like perpetually heartbroken, betrayed, backstabbed, and grief. Because the moon is Cancer, Pisces. Moon is illusions, delusions, the past, things hidden, secrecy. What's this 2 of Cups? Yeah, Ace of Cups, renewal. A heart chakra awakening, a self-love journey that may be completed. This could also be you coming into another union or partnership. That could be on the horizon, but the moon here is something is concealed. Maybe it's like a thing where you won't know the time. This could be something that happens randomly with the Tower, right? Like the timing or the identity of this person could be hidden, could be concealed from you for the moment. But whoever this person is, it's like they perpetually wanted you to feel like you were broken, you were lost, you were, I don't know, like grief, filled with grief, remorse, whatever, so that they could take on your energy, your persona, and be you. Like, that's a real thing. It's, you know, I'm kind of getting this situation where, you know how some people, no matter how much you grow and elevate, they make it a point to remind you of your past, the things you used to do and where you came from. That's this type of person. And for some of you, it could be, this Queen of Swords could be your mother. What's this Temperance? Yeah, see the 6 of Swords, moving on to peaceful and calmer waters. You could be moving out of the environment, like literally physically moving away from this person. The Chariot card, somebody's definitely heading towards their North Node, their destiny. This is discipline, willpower, determination. The Chariot is your energy too. You're headed right towards your destiny, your North Node, the life that you're meant to live, the success you're meant to have, the vision that you have for yourself, your future, instead of this person's. Yeah, look, then we have the 2 of Swords, which talks about swapping. The Queen of Pentacles, this could be somebody's mom. Or a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, a Pisces. We got Pisces with the Hangman and Pisces Jupiter with the 9 of Cups. What's this King of Wands? The 5 of Wands. Drama, conflict, obstacles, rivalry, competition. This is Leo, Saturn. You know, I'm also getting here, somebody could have tried to bind you to a contract or theirs, right, with false lovers that would just drain your energy. Or they binded you to some sort of an illusion so you would continue to pick counterfeit partners. that would just create drama, wreak havoc in your life. What's this Five of Wands? This Five of Wands could also be somebody taking their power back, more so operating from their masculine energy and fighting for themselves, standing up for believing in, fighting through these obstacles or challenges that this person tried to place on your path. What's this Five of Wands? Could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Queen of Wands. This is somebody in competition with you, but I'm getting that this is a man. So things are coming into balance for you. I'm getting that this is a man. Like, how does a man try to steal, or if you're a woman, trying to steal your destiny? Life force with the sun back here. So there could be fights, arguments between you and this person. Okay, you could have kids with this person, or this is somebody who you could have soul tied with. What's this Queen of Wands? Yeah, look, Four of Pentacles. This is somebody who wants control over your destiny. This combination keeps coming out. So this Queen of Wands could be you, Cancer, blazing your own trail, operating in confidence, looking attractive while you do so. A way shower. You could be a way shower. You could be somebody who's very creative. You could be high energy, very ambitious. You have a vision, you're headstrong, and you have strong boundaries with the Four of Pentacles, or you're developing them. Is this Queen of Wands Cancer? Yeah, see, it's like either you had to, okay, some of you guys could have been in an abusive relationship, or if you weren't in abusive relationships, you could have come from a family of women who found themselves in abusive relationships, and maybe you encountered one, but you didn't stay there. And abuse can come in all forms. It could be emotional, it can be mental, it can be physical, psychological. That's what this feels like. What's this Four of Pentacles? This is Capricorn Sun. Capricorns are the strict parent. Yeah, look, Five of Pentacles. Somebody's getting left out in the cold. It feels like you're no longer acknowledging this person. Two of Swords with the Justice. What's this Five of Pentacles? Yeah, look, Seven of Swords. Going back to this Queen of Swords. So yeah, this is somebody, they need your energy. But the problem is you've detached. You've completely set yourself free. You're no longer acknowledging this person's, their attacks at least. So this is somebody who was making it a point for you to not have anything. Right? I'm getting like a lack of resources, homelessness, you not being able to find your home, which is yourself. They could have wanted you to feel left out in the cold or abandoned. All this was strategy with this Seven of Swords here. Somebody could have literally abandoned you on purpose. What's this Five of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords? Yeah, this person is under judgment. Or this could be your self-awareness. Yeah, with the Page of Swords, you're observing. You're observing this energy. You're figuring out somebody's sneaky backhanded tactics. You're becoming more aware of it. Your consciousness is kicking in. This is also somebody realizing that you're going through an ascension. You're awakening. What's the Judgment? Somebody could be strategically trying to figure out how to get you to forgive them so they could trap you in their energy, in their little plot all over again. They could be trying to figure out how to reconcile with you because they can't alchemize energy on their own. Yeah, look, the Magician, a trickster spirit, somebody wearing a mask. You're aware of this person now, and you're also aware of your abundance, your worth. You're whole and complete within yourself, and you're setting yourself free with the Fool. But this is giving me like you're setting a whole generation free. The Fool is a trendsetter, right? This is Uranus energy. They're a trendsetter. They're original. Okay, this could be somebody who's creating a new blueprint for your family with the Ten of Cups to follow behind. You could be the first to do, or maybe you're the first to have a divine, healthy love in your family, or you will be. What's the Magician? Yeah, look. Oh my goodness, the Star. The Seven of Wands, trying to block it and swap it again. Oh my goodness. What's this Five of Wands? Give me more, or rather, give me this Queen of Wands. Oh, that we decided that Queen of Wands is you. How is this person creating obstacles? It feels like magic. What's this Five of Wands? Oh my gosh. They're creating obstacles to block you, also to instill fear in your subconscious. This could be somebody who wanted you to live in fear. They didn't want you to take risks. They probably didn't want you to move away from them or be too far because they're a monitoring spirit. People who monitor you have to keep you close so they know what you're doing, how you're doing it, who you're connecting with. Are these people going to help to awaken Cancer because then they're going to catch on to what I'm doing type of thing. They probably wanted to block all your relationships, your partnerships. Or they wanted to stop you from healing, from awakening, from reaching a place of spiritual enlightenment. They could have also wanted to block your third eye with the Hermit there. What's this Devil card? This is obsession. Somebody was obsessed with creating obstacles for you, with creating blockages, or just obsessed with your energy, period. Yeah, look, the Seven of Wands. So this could be you standing your ground. Yeah, so you're standing your ground against this energy now. Two major arcana, the Justice card and the Chariot. So this could be going within to overcome challenges and obstacles. Some of you guys had to really take a look in the mirror and recognize your shadow and what was keeping you stuck. For some of you, it could have been fear. You could have developed a fear-based mentality. Even the Moon here, fear, the subconscious. Somebody was really trying to get into your subconscious. If this Ten of Swords is them cutting you down with their words, tearing you down with their words, you know what I mean? Talking and gossiping about you with this Three of Swords to your family or other people around you, or just throwing you under the bus. Maybe even with this Eight of Pentacles, trying to ruin your reputation. Whatever they were doing, it was to subconsciously block you. And the subconscious is more powerful than the conscious mind because it controls the body. This is why symbolism is the language of nature. And these fast food chains use these symbols and logos and certain colors. What's the Seven of Wands? The Emperor. So this is somebody taking control. Yeah, the Knight of Swords, the Hangman. This could have been a father figure or somebody who has kids, or you could have kids. This could be the father of your children. This could be somebody that you dated or somebody in your family. What's this Emperor? For some of you, it could be a friend or somebody who you thought was a friend with this Three of Cups. Somebody could have tried to bind or trap all your lovers. What's this here, Emperor? Or bind you to, like I said, counterfeit partners that would keep you stuck, that would keep you asleep. They would keep you stuck in karmic cycles so you couldn't awaken. But to hear this, you're somebody's third eye is awakening. Yeah, look, Four of Swords. Okay, what's Emperor? So it's like they wanted to keep you stuck. These King of Wands type of energy, right? Abusive, controlling with this Five of Wands. Yeah, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, see? They wanted you to swap out your divine masculine, the person you're actually meant to be with. Because 5 is like living a mundane lifestyle, repetitive cycles, daily routines, and things like that. That you would continue to choose the warrior archetype versus your divine masculine, right? And like I said, that would keep you asleep, keep you binded to false contracts. And it's like, yeah, destiny swapping, wealth, inheritance. So Capricorn, this talks about being open and flexible to change. So what I'm getting here is somebody really had to do some reflection, some introspection around their type and the typical people that they would usually go for in dates, right? And you have to switch that around because those are the people who you're not meant to be with. Somebody here could be on a twin flame journey. What's this Two of Pentacles? The Hangman. Yeah, to keep you stagnant, to keep you stuck, to keep you still. And like I said, with this Three of Swords, always feeling like you have to search for a higher meaning, or you have to be on a healing journey, or you're perpetually wounded, or, you know, wallowing in grief and sadness, and wanted you to constantly feel betrayed by partners who are more so dark divine masculines, who are so self-indulgent. They really don't have the capacity to love you the way that you would need to be, or they don't have the capacity to sustain a healthy, balanced relationship. So you would feel rejected. These are people who naturally operate as a warrior archetype versus a emperor here is a divine masculine who is grounded in their energy, identity, who can support, protect, and provide for you. Yeah, this is weird. What's this King of Pentacles? Yeah, the Fool and the Queen of Pentacles. So it feels like whoever, because the King and Queen of Pentacles, these are they're counterparts, but they're more earthly, right? So with the Fool, you could come into somebody, meet somebody who's just as stable, hardworking, ambitious, business-minded, and savvy as you are. And with the Fool here, together you two will start a new journey and evolve. The Fool can even be starting a spiritual journey. This could be somebody who you have not met before. The Fool is like a brand new beginning. Yeah, so I'm getting here, somebody is really, they had to look within and see that they could have been picking the same type of partners over and over again and change their normal type. Because the King of Wands, he's attractive, so it could have been based on appearance or pleasure. What's this Queen of Pentacles? And you know, a lot of times they say it can be tricky in dating because your soulmate, for a lot of people, and this is just hearsay, right? But your soulmate is typically not the person you are most sexually compatible with. And that's where people get caught up. But you know, you can teach people how to, you know, please you. You have to learn each other's bodies. So what's this Fool? This is a new journey somebody is getting ready to start. Yeah, the Three of Wands, growth and expand. Your ships coming in. This could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You two could travel together, go on lots of adventures. You two could be, maybe y'all could even be moving long distance. What's this Three of Wands? Or you could meet this person while you're traveling. What's this Three of Wands? Yeah, the Justice, balance, healing, karmic justice I'm getting. Your good karma coming in. Yeah, the Page of Cups. The life of your dreams with the Wheel of Fortune. Lots of wisdom, growth, and expansion. Somebody here had to really learn how to, with this page, either open up and express themselves emotionally or really how to follow their heart. That you two could be fated to have a child together. And look at this person watching you, still trying to block you. But the Chariot, this is an unyielding force. This energy, because in traditional tarot, the person who rides, which will be the Emperor or the Empress, right? Once you get grounded in your identity, because it operates from the spirit of wisdom, you have to be grounded in your identity before your solar plexus can be activated, right? But like they go hand in hand, right? But this is not a force that you can penetrate, because in traditional tarot, the Emperor or the Empress usually has on a suit of armor, right? So it's protection too. What's the Justice card? So yeah, this is getting ready to be a balanced connection, equal give and take, equal ambition. You both will be hardworking, business minded or oriented. What's the Just card? Yeah, the Nine of Wands. Yeah, for all your hard work. And this is like, the Nine of Wands talks about you being really close to something. So like I said, you could have been through a lot. You could have faced a lot of challenges and obstacles in your life, but you're on the brink of a big breakthrough. A big breakthrough. So what's this Nine of Wands? This is what was I about to say? Oh, this is Sagittarius moon. So yeah, look, the Two of Swords, huh? The Page of Wands, the Five of Cups. What's this Nine of Wands? So yeah, somebody, they're getting ready to get their karma too for trying to block you. Divine law and order, balancing of the scales. What goes up must come down. When the wheel turns, the wheel turns. Whoever was on the bottom goes on the top. Whoever was on the top goes on the bottom. So this person could have been getting things off of your energy. Yeah, so we have the Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups. Somebody could have been attacking your love life. Here's the Empress too. But this is how they would have to keep you stuck. This is why it's so important to your partner, because you inherit their destiny. You inherit their karma, or it intertwines. And even when you marry somebody, that's still a contract. Like, I know you've heard of people going to jail for crimes and they end up to serve 3 life sentences. For those 3 lifetimes that they reincarnate here on earth, their soul is bound to that contract. But this could be somebody who is attacking your love life specifically, right? Because if you think about it, sex on an esoteric level will drain your energy if it's not done with the right person, right? And also if it's done too frequently. So yeah, this person, this Nine of Wands, for some of you, there's a man here that tried to bind you. There's a woman here that tried to bind you. This Three of Cups, they could have been working together to do this to you. This could have been a group effort or a partnership. But this Queen of Wands, now she's wounded. Now she's, yeah, okay. This Queen of Swords, that I think we did say that was you, using your discernment. But we have a King of Cups right here. Right, which is, it feels like false lovers that would try to bind you, that would try to keep you stuck. Maybe you got stuck with dating other water signs that would emotionally abuse or manipulate you, or these people would send false lovers your way. Then we have this King of Wands here, which these two could be the same, which means they would shapeshift. Is the King of Wands and the King of Cups the same person? Okay, no. So there could have been multiple people that tried to do this to you. One was binding you right here. One was abusing you right here. And then you have this Queen of Wands, a karmic friend, who was probably in cahoots, or they were the one that was doing magic on you to send these lovers towards you. But now this person is wounded for trying to block you. There's something could be wrong with their mental health, their sexual health. What's this Two of Swords, Nine of Wands? Yeah, look, they tried to block your wealth, block your inheritance, attack everything you were investing in, or everybody that was showing interest or wanted to invest in you or give you some sort of offer, right? They wanted you to feel rejected, isolated, not welcome, which would keep you in this feeling of being perpetually betrayed, backstabbed, heartbroken. Yeah, somebody really wanted to swap destinies with you, but they used like your lovers to keep you stuck in karmic cycles. What is this card that's here? It's not meant to be here. Oh my gosh. I just pulled this card out of the day, out of this one. How significant. Exactly. So they don't want you to be, they didn't want you to come into union with your twin. I was just saying that somebody could be on a twin flame journey. So give me more on this Queen of Wands. Let's see. Because that could be you, but that could also be somebody who was copying you, trying to mirror your energy. Who's this Queen of Wands? Yeah, look, cock blocking. Stalker. What else for this Queen of Wands? Same shit, different day. Yeah, that's what this Five of Wands. This person probably wake up and check your page, check all your social medias, drive by your house before they even brush their teeth or feed their kids. Yeah, look, they're watching you from fake accounts. And haunted. So this person could have been trying to haunt you, or they could have been antagonizing you. They didn't want me to say that. They could have been trying to antagonize you or bully you if you're on a platform with this Four of Wands here, or if you're seen in the public eye as a star. It's like they did the same thing over and over again, but the Justice card is here. The scales are about to be balanced because somebody is healing and introspection. And the lover you picked the last time, you ain't choosing them again, which means once you're in union with your twin flame, true love is a very, very powerful frequency. It's almost one of the highest. The highest, and at least in my opinion, in my studies and research, is improvisation, which is creation. Right, but it's constant creation. Think channeling, like freestyling, dancing. It's a form of channeling. All right, so you're channeling source energy when you create. What else for this Queen of Wands? Okay, I'm also, this devil here, she could have been trying to tempt or seduce everybody that you were dating too, because the devil could be temptation. Yeah, look, fake accounts. This person they stalk you. Like every single day they get up and check your pages to see what you're doing. Yeah, it says fake social media accounts to spy, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. This person could be checking from a laptop, or you could have a laptop, or they at work monitoring your stuff too. They supposed to be working and they looking you up. Yeah, look, ain't shit, child service. I told you this person don't take care of their kids. They don't have the energy, the time to, if they're chasing in what you're doing. And then clout hungry, yeah, this person is a groupie, a Jezebel, marrying for money. So they really want your wealth, which would be with your twin flame, because twin flames have a prophecy to fulfill. They typically are the people who do receive their spiritual inheritance. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's at risk of being taken or is about to, reporting something, neglect or abuse. So this person that tried to say you were doing something with your kids, or they could have tried to falsely make reports to child services to get your kids taken, or vice versa. This person could be neglecting their children because they're too busy watching you. Wow. So yeah, this Queen of Swords, this is you using your discernment. When it comes to friendships, when it comes to lovers, your third eye is all the way open right now. You could be getting lots of prophetic dreams, lots of downloads. You could be, like, your spiritual abilities could be enhancing, or your connection to source, the divine, or more so your ancestry is growing even more powerful. Right? People don't like to talk about Cancer when we talk intuition and intuitive abilities. Why? Because that's the ancestry house and placement, which means these people can have the abilities to connect with the dead and passed over loved ones, and that was ruled as demonic. People think that's demonic because they don't understand it, or the importance of having a connection with those who came before you. They're part of your identity. You have to know who they are. Right? That's the only way you activate your chariot, your divine will. We operate from the spirit of wisdom. Let's say, for instance, say somebody was a famous painter right? And they just painted, you know, in their free time on the side. They didn't take it seriously. Well, when they studied their, you know, ancestry and things like that, and they found out that their great great grandmother was a famous artist or painter, and they had their artwork in museums and stuff like that, it's like, oh, this is a legacy I'm meant to continue. This is a legacy I'm carrying out. This is a gift that my ancestors had. Now you know this is what I'm meant to do, and then you move differently behind it. You get what I'm saying? So anyway, yeah, this is blocked. Whatever they were doing is blocked. The world was way back here in the reading. Whatever they thought they were doing, whatever curse or hex they were trying to put on you is blocked. They took a big risk doing this with this Knight of Wands rather, and they were persistent. Same shit, different day. They could have been doing this to you for years. Cycles are 7 years. It could have been 7 years. Yeah, look, we got the 7 of Cups. That's right below what I was talking about. Yeah, so this is over. We have the Justice card here at the end of the spread. Divine law and order. You're coming into union with your person, and there's nothing they could do to block it. And matter of fact, the more they try to block it, the more they're wounded now. The more they're going to get attacked. The more they're going to get backfires. So let me see what this person was doing. Rather, what's this Magician? Watch for the signs. Yeah, this person received warnings. The universe is guiding you in the right direction. Do not enter wrong way. Take flight in the reverse. Somebody is going through a descension. They're descending. Oop. Yeah, playing games in the reverse. What else for this Magician? Yeah, so they were being warned. They were being warned. But the more you continue to heal and evolve and elevate yourself, and you probably had to gain a lot of wisdom about spiritual warfare and things like that with this Ace of Swords in order to be able to protect yourself. What's this Nine of Wands? I can't make it up. Yeah, they over here lighting candles and fire magic and stuff. Somebody could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What else for the Magician? And if you pay attention to, like I said, symbolism is the language of nature. This candle is red. Red is for control. So, this Magician. Give me more on the Magician. And it's also the root chakra. So we have rage and confusion. And receiving a gift in the reverse. Exactly. They're not receiving what they thought they were receiving. Instead, they're getting this. They're getting this. And you're getting this. Or this is what they tried to do. They tried to send death to your finances, death to your inheritance, your investments. All while they were being warned. Cards is just syncing up. Now you're cutting through the confusion. And this gives 7 of Swords energy. Yeah, 4 and 3 is 7. No honor amongst thieves, fraud, scandal, cannot be trusted, corruption, criminals, robbery, extortion, foolish plans, just period. Eye to eye with the demons within in the reverse, exactly, because you're healing. This 7 of Wands talks about shadow work. Specifically with the devil, your shadow, or to see where you were operating from your lower self, from your flesh, from your subconscious. Where your subconscious was hijacked or where you were being tempted. The King of Wands can be a very tempting energy because he is very attractive. He's very fun, adventurous. In real life and in bed, they would be the type that you would settle for. But like I said, there's a difference between the king and the warrior archetypes. One is the type that you settle with. One is the type that you just have your fun with. But anyway, it feels like you learned the difference. So thank you so much for Cancer. I appreciate you being here. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.